My work showed how much I was uninterested in it because I got fired from that job.
Yeah. In that, the performance probably follows passion, right?
So the first place I applied in DC was Fannie Mae. Okay. Ironically, I didn't even know I was going to be in real estate, but ironically, Fannie Mae, I got hired. I got an offer. So like throughout college, I didn't really party until my last semester. And the reason I partied my last semester, because I knew I had a job. I already had the job, so I was like, I just need to pass now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I didn't know I wanted to be in real estate, but I did know I took a real estate finance class, and it was very interesting to me. I was like, man, this is good. Like, I easily got an A in that class because it was very interesting to me. Whereas all the other classes, I had to work really hard to get an A in it.
When you went to Fannie Mae was for hopefully more than 30,000, but when you went to Fannie Mae and you're up in Northern Virginia now, did you learn about real estate finance there, like real estate finance, or just like conventional Fannie Mae, like loans or insurances and stuff like that?
I learned nothing about real estate at Fannie Mae.
That's what I was wondering. Was it more of an administrative position that you didn't really see? Like,
they kept me in a box. And if I'm honest, you don't need a degree for the job I had. Like, I was managing the contracts of all the consultants that were coming there. So, like, it had nothing to do with finance.
That's what I figured, yeah.
I think my work showed how much I was uninterested in it because I got fired from that job.
In that, the performance probably follows passion, right? And same with like your grades in school. Like, you really enjoyed that real estate finance class and you crushed it, right? And then you put yourself in a position that you're maybe not so much interested in, but you had to go down that route to figure out if you were or not. But and I would bet there's probably some takeaways and stuff like, or maybe of just like what not to do in the company that you're like compartmentalize everything. You don't get to really learn or take part in the bigger picture. But how long were you there?
I think my introductory window was 6 months, and they fired me like 2 weeks before the window was up, so I couldn't like fight it.
Yeah, of course. And then you were back to Richmond after that?
No, I stayed in the D.C. area. So I lived in Maryland for a little bit. And I was like, well, I guess it's my chance to get into that insurance.
Still stuck
with
insurance.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I came to college for. I wanted to do insurance. So I worked at this company, and I'm doing insurance. And I'm making the same amount that I'm making at Fannie Mae. So it was decent. It was the most money I had ever made. But it was decent. And I didn't like it. Like, we had no work-life balance. We were working 7 days a week. I guess I was a part of the chosen people on his team, because the guy, he had picked a couple of people, I guess the people that were go-getters, and he like personally wanted to train us to show us like what was possible and stuff like that. But I didn't like it, and I thought it was because I just didn't like the work-life balance, but I really just don't enjoy the insurance industry.
Did you consider going back to med school at any point, or did you roll into something else?
I feel like I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. I didn't consider med school. What happened after that? So I started working with insurance. Then I worked for another insurance company. And then I think that's when my dad told me, because this entrepreneur spirit I have, I got this from my dad. He's very like me. The only difference is I am consistent and patient enough to see things through. So anyway, he was like, you should get into real estate. And this is like when I have nothing. I have nothing, no money, no experience. I know no one doing this. And he's like, you should get into real estate. And I knew he meant investing. I knew he wasn't talking about being an agent. And I'm like, how am I gonna do that? I don't have any money. And he's like, you're smart, you'll figure it out.
That's great advice.
He was right. I was smart. I figured it out.
He was
but that's what he gave me. So I had got started in real estate with wholesaling. I had read this book by Sean Terry. It was called How to Quit Your Job in 19 Weeks. Very specific. But How to Quit Your Job in 19 Weeks. And he talked about wholesaling. That was my first time ever hearing about wholesaling. I was like, wait a second. You can get something under contract, and you can sell the contract to the person with the money? What?